Diaz to Commander Chovak. We are at the SIF emitter.
Acknowledged. You may proceed with the recalibration.
I saw a take recently on some social media that basically Starfleet is like in the world of Star Trek, we've basically built a utopia on Earth, and Starfleet is for the nerds that are unhappy with utopia and just want to go out on adventures and like break shit and go do space pirate things.
Oh boy.
Do we not know how to play this game?
Okay, I remember.
Looks good. That wasn't so hard.
This game has a lot of mini games. Most of them suck. It felt like they were like, oh, we can't just have this narrative game where the player doesn't do a whole lot of input and just kind of chooses dialogue options and sees what happens.
You remembered my name?
It would be an
okay. Here's the interaction I thought we were going to have. But
it would be an incredible flex to make you the engineer in charge of fixing the ship,
Yes, I'm the chief
and then to
science
make
officer.
not tell you how to
I
do
have the
that,
dubious
and then to
honor
make it
of
as
being
complicated as it actually
on
would
this
be.
bridge.
And every scene is people
it
reacted to how
feels like
calamitously
they
terrible you
do
are
that
at your
in this
job.
game.
Just about anyone.
What a very impressive list of credentials.
This is a research and discovery ship, first and foremost.
My cat
Now
can
with a
change the
former
page on my
tactical officer
Kindle
as its
with
new
his
first officer.
paw, and I'm thinking like if you
I'm
had a cat
curious,
on the
though.
ship,
A
it
Corleone,
probably
or
could be changed with
half in
the
your case,
pad of a
is an
cat's paw.
odd choice for first
And we're a
officer.
cat to
Given
jump
your
up on
vulnerable
one of these
condition and
fucking
all.
desks just to
But
havoc.
if, as an example,
chaos it
we
could
put ourselves
cause.
in a hostile situation.
Can you imagine if a cat actually fires a photon torpedo at the Blorgons, and then the Blorgons declare war on fucking cats?
I'd be so proud of my cat.
They're
So
like, we
this is,
understand, Starfleet. It wasn't your fault. You don't need to explain. It wasn't your fault. It's cats. We're gonna fucking kill all of them.
Granted, that would be
No,
worst
no.
case scenario,
We're going to war against you.
but
We're gonna
not outside
preserve
the
the
realm
life of every
possibility.
cat.
So
So
be
I
it,
wanna,
stand by your
um,
allies at your own peril.
So this character here, the science officer, is not at all bitter about the fact that he didn't get promoted to XO, and is bringing up the fact that our character requires infusions of deridium periodically to like not literally just fall apart. So that's cool of
It's
him.
very kind of you to be
Ableist
concerned about my
microaggression.
well-being.
The first second you're reading with this guy.
I'll be fine.
Well, I wouldn't say I was concerned, just curious, that's all.
Wow, go fuck yourself, bro.
Listen, can I be blunt, Commander?
I see no reason to stop now.
Commander Sutherland, your predecessor was one of the best first officers
is-
in all of Starfleet.
I mean, it's early on.
His record was impeccable, and his
Yes.
reputation
This is
was
unfair. What I'm about to say is
no
unfair.
disrespect, but
We're all clear that it's unfair?
the shoes you're stepping into
Okay.
are almost impossible to fill. He was
Everything
not going
Telltale writes does sound a little bit like it's a conversation happening between high schoolers.
So I can only hope
And-
that you'll live up to expectations.
That worked out really well in The
don't
Walking
think I
Dead
could ever
because
replace
that
them
was
on
kind of the whole
something.
vibe.
And it would
And
be a
sometimes
mistake
in
to
other
try.
games, I feel like it works out not incredibly well.
Seeing as Captain Solano is on the Starfleet,
I think the dialogue in this
let me
game
give
works
you an update on this
pretty
ion
well.
storm we're flying into. It's unusual,
Like,
unlike anything I've ever
we're
seen.
here, we're on a problem
I
ship,
can't tell if
the
Resurgence
crew
shrugged it off
suffered a
or
big
they were
loss,
themselves
and they
against
kind of
it.
need a win.
However,
The
if you learn
captain
more about its patterns, it's
is extremely worried about his career going down in flames and needs a win himself.
Just a moment.
So I don't feel like the dialogue at this point is too terrible.
Massive energy wave inbound
No.
on screen.
It's extremely Star Trek. We've got a massive energy wave inbound.
Tracing its trajectory.
Starbase docking clamps are holding.
The storm's emissions are fluctuating, coming in waves. And if my projections are right, we're about to get hit by a wideband burst of ionic energy, like a tsunami.
I'm reading power abnormalities all over the ship.
Red alert!
Aye.
Never
Evacuate
ask a
the main gangway,
Starfleet
retract.
XO what their favorite
Putting sensor visualization
Command
on
and Conquer
screen.
video game is.
With the structural integrity field shut down, we can't take a direct
Did
hit.
you have that in your head when you started it, or were you slowly putting that together as you walked through that
Need
sentence?
every available solution. What are our
I mean, no,
options?
I was I knew how I was gonna get that.
Pulse.
That was not a labyrinthine pun, I have to say, Josh. I was not feeling my way through there, like, dreading the Minotaur. That was a pretty straight shot off the I-5.
So we can orient all we have towards the wave. You have to believe me.
We only get one shot at this. We can't afford to get it wrong.
That's right, which is why we need to send power to...
So I think it's fun to get told off by the science officer and then just follow all of his advice.
Commander Westbrook, use the deflector dish.
Already
Because you're fucking professional.
Timing displayed.
Yeah.
It's going to be tight.
Good. Send the pulse on my command.
Like, that's the only correct decision to be making as a Starfleet officer. Like, hey, this guy doesn't like me? Great. I don't give a shit. I'm a Starfleet officer.
That was too early.
Oops. Oh, did I blow up the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah!
That's all fun.
I think it is
If I were a
appropriate at this
Starfleet
time
officer,
to
I'd be the
uninstall
one
the
that
game.
pushes the wrong button and explodes.
Commander Westbrook, use the
Did you fuck that up when you
deflector
actually
dish.
played it?
Working on it. Optimal timing.
No,
displayed.
I just was distracted and didn't realize there was timing specifically for it. All right.
I'll be honest. Like, also that
Need
was
to wait until it hits. Yeah. All right.
The tension doesn't feel extremely high here, so that was also kind of like.
This is it!
All hands, brace for impact.
Like, is the music doing a lot that I'm just not hearing?
I do have the music turned down because I may mess with the volume settings, but in the original version of the game, like when I first played it, I felt like the dialogue was way too quiet, which is a problem in a game that is primarily about dialogue.
I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt, though. That's yeah,
We've
it's fine.
experienced a surge of radiation.
Oh, you don't say.
This radiation supercharged the plasma, forcing it to backflush through the system and creating a dangerous imbalance.
See, Chris, if you were an engineer, you could say stuff like that.
I need you to traverse the hull to the access port to recalibrate.
Is it Jeffrey
the port-to-cell
Tube's
plasma
time yet?
regulator.
At the end of this sequence.
I just like knowing that they're called Jeffrey's tubes.
We've reached the first access point.
Understood. Do you see the override for the level
I don't
1
get to know a
failsafe
lot of
circuits?
things.
There's a dude named Jeffries, right, who like worked on the sets or something.
Matt Jeffries was the designer of the original Enterprise.
Affirmative.
And a lot of the
the
visual
override.
design of the original series.
It should
so.
allow us to stop the EPS flow to the warp.
It's kind of like how in
triggering an automatic
Taskmaster,
core shutdown.
Jessica Knappett almost fell off the edge of the stage, so they named it the Knappett.
Yes, it's exactly like that.
Are you sure? I am registering some crosstalk in the bypass circuit.
We need to route the signals so they don't interfere with each other.
I actually just said she almost fell off the edge of the stage, like she did not actually fall ass over tea kettle off of the stage completely.
Everybody's favorite part of Star Trek is when they take the chips out and they put them in a different order.
Diaz to Resolute. The failsafe.
I'm not joking, this actually happens a lot.
Moving on to the EPS regulator.
Do you think they're like Nintendo Switch cartridges where they make it so they taste really bad if you try to lick them?
Heads up, Carter.
If you're trying to lick one of those in
One of
space,
the discharges coalesced.
Yeah, there will be bigger problems.
I'm gonna
Oh
try to
boy,
disrupt
baby,
the-
guess what part this is?
you pull out your fucking
Third-person
gun.
shooter.
This is the fucking shooting elements of the game that will definitely come up later.
I do like
So
that
we
you're
gotta
shooting
climb up the pylon.
plasma.
Not that there's really
Yes.
an up, but you know.
I actually like that this game sucks as a third-person shooter because, like, it makes it feel like a more authentic TNG episode, right? Like, it would be more weird if it suddenly let you be John Wick the second that like action started off. Instead, it's this real clunky thing, like you gave 46-year-old, Jonathan Frakes or Jean-Luc Picard, or not Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart, a toy plastic gun and said, "Go shoot this stuff." This is about what
Yeah,
they
like
do.
tennis ball for me to shoot this at? No, not really. We're just gonna throw them in any old place. Just get it on the day.
Oh.
And also, I am being 100% serious when I say I think that it's great that you're not shooting actual enemies here. I think that would not be appropriate stakes.
Yeah. Don't worry, there are no enemies in this game to shoot later. None whatsoever. There are also
Well,
not
I kind of
stealth segments.
figured there would be later, but
They give you a game over if you fail.
It's a very different vibe if enemies appear in the first, like, 20 minutes, right?
Is this set to stun, or did you set it to kill?
Can you stun plasma?
I don't know.
Can you kill plasma?
I don't know.
Good point.
Face doesn't fucking have a setting for this.
We're at the
Set phasers to fix.
Opening
Fix
access
that.
panel.
Now halting the EPS flow to the port.
Set phasers to apologize.
Time before it causes an overload.
I'm
in the
sorry.
engine. You must work efficiently.
Set phasers to reparations to the widows.
Here you go. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Set phasers to ukulele apology video.
Oh
Manifold adjusters reset to neutral.
My team said I shouldn't say this, but I can sing it.
Hell
So
yeah. No, fucking enable that flow.
So the game has some David Cage-esque mini games in it. A lot more than like I remember like The Walking Dead having.
Way more pixel perfect than that.
The problem is with David Cage games, you're usually manipulating everyday objects that you have like a personal understanding of how it works. This is weird fucking Star Trek sci-fi nonsense technology. How the fuck does any of this work? I don't know what these buttons do. Well, that seems like a problem.
This part seems to be modeled pretty closely off of the TNG first contact section where they're on the outside of the Enterprise.
Gears to bridge.
Yes.
We just lost the docking clamp.
I think that's the only Star Trek movie I've seen more than
All
once.
vibrations too. Can't finish the EPS regulation in these conditions. Please
It's
advise.
the one good TNG movie, so you didn't make a terrible choice.
The clamps are supposed to disengage automatically in an emergency.
I like Generations.
It's not working.
Not working.
What are our options?
Generations was a movie that had a bunch of interesting ideas and executed on all of them poorly.
That'd be like
What's the one where Data gets emotions?
Starbase is handling.
That's
I believe that's Generations. Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's
at
First
the
Contact.
end when he finds
First
Spot.
No, it's Generations.
No, well, he does it on.
Station will be catastrophic.
Okay.
Does he do it in both of them?
Outside and are looking for the safest way.
Well, he has emotions
evidence of
after
shit.
that.
Brakes, we could lose dozens.
No, okay, no. First Contact is where they give him a boner.
Reverse the polarity
Cool.
of the hull,
Yeah.
which theoretically will repel the docking clamps.
Borg Queen puts like real skin on him.
This is Captain Solano. Put me
But
And then
he
they
could get
definitely
boners
do
before.
not
He's always been
fuck.
fully functional.
What are you doing? Blow the bolts on
Right.
the docking clamp.
The captain doesn't know the whole
But
story.
he'd never been that functional
I'm giving
before.
you an order.
Yes, he had. In the first season, he had sex with a woman.
Chara,
And in later
Captain,
seasons,
you brought me here
I
because
think
you
he
trusted
might
me.
have
Can
at
you
least done
trust me
hand
now?
stuff.
I think the implication that I got. I'm just saying this is just like this is the art of storytelling that the film imparted upon me personally.
Sure,
Is that
sure.
Data really fucking rocked at the house, just like completely, yeah.
But
There is
if
protocol.
if
Let
a
us
robot
reverse
says
the
that he's
polarity.
fully
is the
functional,
holdup?
I'm gonna assume,
stand by.
you
We're gonna
know,
flip
it's
whole
all down
polarity to
there.
disengage
The
the
equipment is
clamps.
There's a
there.
difference between functional and proficient. You know, come on.
Oh no.
Fully
The captain's
functional though.
Repair crew. This is acting Captain.
That actually does. The word fully raises some interesting
Right?
implications.
From the remaining docking
And the way
clamp.
he said it
Tether
too,
yourself and
which I
deactivate
think
your
is mostly
fine
Brent
mark.
Spiner doing Brent Spiner stuff. But
8,
he said he was fully functional, which
5,
implied that he can
4,
please a lady.
3, 2.
I really like the idea that conversation went like I'm fully functional. And she's like, "What does that mean?" And he just interrupts her like, "You've only had 40%, at best."
Grab my hand. I got you.
Thank you.
Plasma imbalance is reaching critical condition. We are moments from primary system failure.
I got it.
Come on, Josh. You can do it.
We gotta do it with the more strength, using the right trigger. Oh boy. Oh, everybody's favorite minigame. Keep the cursor that's moving around inside the circle. That makes sense.
Weird. Like, while you're playing this kind of thing, you're focused on like what you need to do with the buttons, and there's nothing funnier than watching absolutely no obligation to do so whatsoever.
Look out!
I got you.
I actually wonder if this character can die this early on. Almost certainly not. She's important later.
I'm gonna have to tow her back to the airlock.
Mr.
Unless
Diaz,
this is
the
like
situation
a
has
canon
changed.
event.
You are at risk of triggering a substantial electromagnetic arc if you approach the main hull the way you came.
No, this didn't show up in any previous Star Trek media, as far as I'm aware.
There's
So
an auxiliary hatch near you on the far end of the pylon. You must bring Miss Edsolar there to access the interior.
Roger that. Going there now.
With the music, this is very funny.
yeah, no, it's
I'm at the auxiliary hatch.
You just look like it doesn't feel tense. You just seem sour, just like annoyed.
yeah. I like how there's no airlock. It's literally just a hatch that goes down into the ship.
You go first.
Hey, Chris, it's your Jeffries tubes.
Your neck this time.
Yay!
All right, do we let her save us, or do we send her down first?
Get in there.
How long does it take to go down that fucking hatch? Could you not have both done it by now?
I don't know.
Set her down first. She's injured.
Yeah.
Not on your life.
Let's not let it come down to that.
All right, one protagonist is dead.
Hell yeah.
It must be pointed out that Captain Promotion really is failing here.
We made it.
That what is failing here?
The captain, the captain that doesn't want to screw up. He's screwing up really bad.
Fully online.
Well, I mean, he's not even on the ship technically, so like, I don't think this would be his responsibility. We also did just disobey a direct order. And we're about at time here, and we just got a new thing, so I think that's a good place to stop. I think we're at time. I'm going on subtracting the 25 minutes out of this thing that we were busy with other stuff. All right, yeah, so we will be back next week with more of this.
See you then.